You're free now. Free to stream beyond your wildest dreams. Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Happy Saturday. We're glad you're with us. I'm Jeff Caplan with Heather Osmond from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. So what's going on at the stores now? Is it kind of quiet this time of year?
Oh, Jeff, you know what? You would think so. However, I will tell you, we are busier than ever. After all the Christmas decor comes down, everyone seems to think that their home feels empty and they think they need to fill it back up. So we have this rush of clients that come in. And again, we are starting on all of the Parade of Homes season. I know, it's not even until summer, but oftentimes we're working on these homes a year or 2 years in advance. So once the construction hits the framing stage, that's usually when we get very, very involved in some of the furniture selections and placement. So we're busy, Jeff.
Okay, so let me ask you about the Parade of Homes, because to me, it's you buy a ticket, you go see some amazing homes, you make sure to take your shoes off and
put on your booties.
And then you get home, and on the way home, you say, wow, was that feature amazing? Was this feature amazing? And like that. But there is just tremendous prep that goes on beforehand that the public doesn't see. What's the process?
Okay, so Jeff, I always say it takes a team to make the dream work. There is no question about it. The process is hiring a contractor, finding an architect, finding an interior designer to get all of those in place. Experience matters. And I think that will be more and more important as there's more and more money that comes into this area in Utah. So once you have all of those in place, then working with that contractor to hire the best subs to work on your home. And then, there's always that 4-letter word. It's actually called money. It's not a 4-letter word, but
I was counting the letters.
Budget.
I was.
People call it a swear word, but there's always a budget. So then, making sure that your wants and your needs and all of that is in place with what your budget actually allows. So
when they do these Parade of Homes houses, that's all preordained from the point of construction as they dig the first hoe into the ground?
It is. A lot of the homes are owned by homeowners and they're building their dream homes, and other homes are just spec homes that the contractor builds and then hopes to sell. We've already started on 2 spec homes for the Utah Valley Parade of Homes. It looks like we're doing 1 in Park City, maybe a couple in Salt Lake. We'll definitely be picking up more in Utah Valley. So we're really, really excited for this year. And every single year I say, it's the best parade ever, but stats show that it continues to grow. We have not only locals who make it a tradition to be here, but we have people that fly in from all over the United States to come to our Parade of Homes in Utah.
You know why? I don't think they have this Parade of Homes elsewhere, because I'd never heard of it till I moved here about 15 years ago. I'm like, Parade of what?
Parade of what?
Do the homes go down the street and everybody cheers on the side of the road? I didn't get it.
Not quite, but the homes definitely peppered the Wasatch Front. Whoa. And there are all different homes from all across the state. Each of the individual communities actually have their own Parade of Homes. So St. George will have their own Parade of Homes in February, so just next month, or I guess this month. It's already February. And Utah Valley, Salt Lake Valley, Park City Showcase of Homes, and then we go Cache Valley and, beyond.
So what's in it for the homeowner? You have all these people tramping through your house. Do they get paid $1 billion for going through this?
No, that's always a good question that I'm asked, but the discounts are the reason usually that the homeowners get involved with the Parade of Homes. So you can actually get tens of thousands of dollars if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of discounts, depending on the price of your home. Appliances alone, there's a 50% discount. I know lighting sources will give a 50% discount. So you can, it adds up.
Okay, so it does make a difference. There is a financial reason to get involved in the Parade of Homes, and also the pride of being involved in the Parade of Homes. But it feels like it would be an invasion of your property, right?
It's definitely an invasion of your property to have 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 people walking through your home. But as you know, in construction, deadlines are a huge deal. So if you have a specific deadline that your home has to be done by, that's a positive thing. There's always bragging rights. It's an honor to be considered a Parade of Homes. I think that your property value probably does increase because there is the perception that people are doing their best work in these homes because it is showcased to the entire general public throughout the 2 weeks that it's done.
Okay, so there's a second financial reason there that it could bring your home price up just because of the fact that you've been involved. But you had me at 10 to 15,000 people coming through your house?
I know, depending on where your home is. So your home will get a lot of traffic, and it does take a lot of preparation. And it is important to make sure that your home is kid-proof because there will be kids coming through, and the entire general public. They do have everyone wear booties, which is really, really important. And it is closed Sundays and Mondays. So it's just a Tuesday through Saturday, usually noon to 9 p.m. But for $20, you get to go and see homes, hopefully dream homes all across the Wasatch Front of your neighbors and friends. And, there used to be a home about this, Jeff, home lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Sure.
Everyone's always curious about, what the homes look like that are $3 million, $5 million, over $10 million in this community.
If I remember right, I met him. Robin Leach was the
Robin
host.
Leach.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, that guy.
I actually did watch it growing up, yes, but we were not in a position at that time, back in the olden days, Jeff, where we couldn't record it. We actually had to sit down and watch it with the commercials, but it was definitely one of my faves.
So you've been involved in the Parade of Homes, and do you have a favorite, an all-time favorite house that you've been involved with or just saw?
Oh, Jeff, that is a loaded question. I actually have owned Osmond Designs for 20 years. We're celebrating our 20th year anniversary this year.
Congratulations.
Super fun. I know the blood, sweat, and tears that are put into these homes, not only by my organization, but by all the subcontractors that are involved. And I really get to know all of the individuals, the homeowners and their families. One of my, I hate to even say one, but I will say one of my favorites is Kenny Anderson's home in Park City. It's a beautiful home in Promontory, and that family is incredible. I love their story. I love that Kenny is the owner of Highland Custom Homes, and they really care about their clients, and just great people to work with.
So the house.
The house is incredible.
What is it about the house? Usually there's that one feature that just made it all that for you.
Oh, for this home, it's definitely the great room. You walk in that entry and the entire back wall is all glass with vaulted ceilings, huge fireplace, and it's really the views off of that back deck. That's what makes that home spectacular. And when they say location, 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 I mean, this home really is that multi-million-dollar views. I don't know how much they paid for their lot, but it must have been a pretty penny because it's absolutely stunning.
And it would have all the features I would think it would have, I'd imagine.
Of course, yeah. Incredible kitchen, incredible garage space, incredible master bathroom. Those really are the things that sell homes. And when you are a homeowner, those are the places that you really want to spend your money because that will give you the best return on investment.
So the Parade of Homes, for the 10 to 15,000 who go through these houses, it's an act of dreaming, maybe of aspiration. You'd love to have this, but can you shrink down what you get from the Parade of Homes to your house?
100%. So I know some people have mentioned, well, it's really depressing to go to the parade because I just want my home to look like that. I want the swimming pool. I want the detached garage. I want the the sports court, the basketball court in these homes, but usually there's something that you can incorporate in your home to make it better. And I am passionate about helping people love their homes that they live in. And maybe it is, the backsplash. Maybe it's the paint color. Maybe it's, dreaming of the floor plan that you want so that you have a goal in mind. And maybe in a few years, you can actually build that home and you will be the parade home that other people are dreaming of.
Well, in this environment, currently, the real estate market, making the best of what you have is, in many cases, the best strategy for this moment. That might change in the weeks, months, years ahead. No
doubt. Remodeling is going through the roof. I think we can attribute that to interest rates.
Well, let's talk about the interest rates. We're going to take a break in just a moment, but can we go to that?
Absolutely. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores, here to host with Jeff Caplan of KSL. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
It's finally time to say goodbye to the snow and hello to spring, and right now is the best time to spring into adventure in an RV from a Motorsportsland RV Center. Through this week, come check out Motorsportsland's season kickoff event and find the RV you've been dreaming of. Save thousands and even tens of thousands off MSRP and find your next adventure at a Motorsportsland RV Center today.
Let Motorsportsland help you get away.
Motorsportsland.com.
Hey, Casey Scott here, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Project Recovery, sponsored by Reprieve Recovery. It's a podcast about addiction, but more importantly, it's about recovery. My co-host, Dr. Matt Woolley, and I hear stories about overcoming addiction and going from rock bottom to living a healthier and sober lifestyle.
We also share strategies with people at all stages of recovery, and we hope it'll help you find what works best for you, and we can support one another. That's Project Recovery, a KSL podcast. Subscribe for free anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Hey there! Did you know Smith's always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices? And when you download the Smith's app, you'll enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. And don't forget fuel points to help you save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Want to save even more? With a Boost membership, you'll get double fuel points and free delivery. So shop and save big at Smith's today. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hey guys, meet Salt Lake City's favorite men's health expert.
Hi, I'm Eric Ramos, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. I've been treating men suffering from low T and ED for over 5 years. Low T can impact your whole life, but so can proper treatment of it. And hearing that my patients are back to living life to the fullest, that's the best part of my job.
Contact Revive for a free T-check and exam today. Call 801-263-7777. That's 801-263-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Join us today during the Jeep Celebration event. It's your chance to celebrate your sense of adventure with great deals on a wide selection of legendary Jeep brand SUVs. And right now, current FCA lessees can purchase and get $6,500 total cash allowance on 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Overland when financed. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by April 1st, 2024. Jeep is a registered trademark.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. We're glad you're with us. I'm Jeff Caplan. There's Heather Osmond from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. Heather, in the last segment, we were talking about the parade of homes. Those are not average homes, but what's the average home worth in Utah right now?
You know what, Jeff? People always ask me, how much does it cost to own a home in Utah? So I looked it up this last week, and there are currently 11,983 homes for sale in Utah, and the median list price is $595,000, so almost $600,000, Jeff.
Okay, so that's a hefty chunk of change, and that number is up, say, over 5 years ago, massively.
How do people even afford homes these days at $600,000?
This is a question that I wanted to get into with you because the statistics are all over the map. You know, being in the news business and doing a show here on KSL, we often want to talk about mortgage rates or the value of a Salt Lake County plot of real estate and like that. But as we research the statistics, the National Board of Realtors has one number. The government might compile another number. Mortgage rates are a tremendous example of this. As we try and report, on Tuesday, we might report the average interest rate on a mortgage is 6.62% because Fannie Mae says so. The next day, Bankrate comes out with the average mortgage is 6.78%. We don't know what to believe.
Right. And I think that's why it's so important in the news to find sources that you trust and then to listen to multiple sources so that you can get at least a median average. On that subject, Jeff, I also looked up what are the 50 richest cities in Utah. So we're just going to talk about the top 10. I found this actually really fascinating. Number 1 was Sundance. Those cabins are gorgeous and they are expensive and absolutely stunning. They are currently around, the average median income is around $300,000.
Do you think that Robert Redford put those properties on the map? Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Sundance, Jeff?
Yeah, just down to the lodge, and I've seen shows there.
Yes,
like
and the food, the restaurants, the grill, the tree room, absolutely stunning. The ambiance is, why people pay so much.
Even the drive there is
gorgeous.
Amazing, right?
Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, number 2 on the list is Silver Summit. So we're really talking the Park City area, which is, of course, coming in at number 2. The average household income there is roughly $245,000. So that makes sense. Okay, number 3, East Basin.
What is that?
I have no idea. I was going to ask you if you know what East Basin is. One of our listeners will have to tell us what is East Basin.
You don't know East Basin?
Never been there. Can't think about it, but whatever. Okay, number 4, Immigration Canyon. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah. Absolutely stunning. Summit Park again. The other one was Silver Summit. We're up in Park City area. Number 6 on the list was Highland in Utah County, which I was a little surprised by that, but I think that's awesome. Snyderville came in at number 7. Number 8 is Granite on the list.
Okay.
And number 9 is Alpine. That's where I live. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
Is there anything on a valley floor that makes this list? It sounds like elevation is all the difference, altitude in the housing market. But there are 2 ways to look at that. You look down on an expanse, that's absolutely amazing and spellbinding, and clearly from this list, worth a lot of money. But if you're in the valley, you get to look up at the mountains.
It's all about the mountains here in Utah, Jeff. Let's get real. Woodland Hills is rounding out that top 10. So, of course, again, in the mountains, Jeff. By the way, speaking of mountains, I heard that Park City may be the new Olympic venue 10 years from now.
It's going to be involved. Well, you have the ski jump there already.
So when we're talking about real estate investing, if the Olympics really are going to be here in 10 years, it may be a really good time for you to invest in that Park City area.
Do you think it's priced in yet?
I'm hoping not. Get in early.
Yeah,
you heard it here first on KSL.
You still have, what year are we talking? What the Olympic year? 2034.
34 is what I've heard. Yeah.
So it's 10 years.
So we have some time, and rumor is that a lot of people made some serious money renting out their homes the last time the Olympics was here in 2002.
There was no Airbnb then.
I don't know.
What?
I mean, unofficially, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, people were renting stuff out, but there was no website you could go to get it done in a snap of the fingers.
Yeah. So there you go. There's the richest cities in Utah. So if you have a lot of money, go there. If you don't,
stay where you are.
Go visit. Exactly. So what's the true cost of owning a second home, Jeff? That's a great question because I'm an investor. I have purchased 33 homes, residential homes in my lifetime, rented out a lot of those with my husband back in the day. And then we switched to assisted livings. And then we most recently switched to commercial development, which there's a lot less toilets and a lot less tenants and problems. And I call it mailbox money. So that's great. But how expensive is it to own a second home?
That's a great question.
There's a lot of issues, right?
I don't know. I typically go one at a time.
That's a lot to handle one, right? So mortgage costs. You know,
Are they different than with a first home?
Of course, yeah.
Why?
So you usually have to put 20% down with your bank. So there's more investment up front to get into a second home. Number two, the cost of owning a second home, you probably want to rent it out, which, you know, wear and tear, you're renting to people you don't know. So there could be some issues and costs related to that. And owning a second home means traveling less to other destinations. So because you have to go check on your home and there's an obligation there. Time is valuable and so is money. So you have to weigh that out. And those are some items to consider if you do want to purchase a second home.
Well, a lot of people are in St. George
Yes,
with their
they
second
are.
homes, of course. It exists, so second homes must work.
They're working for a lot of people and they're loving it. And I think the equity that you can earn from owning a second home sometimes offsets the mortgage payment that you're paying each month. Stay tuned with us. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Design Stores, here with Jeff Caplan with KSL. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
Hey there. Did you know Smith's always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices? And when you download the Smith's app, you'll enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. And don't forget fuel points to help you save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Want to save even more? With a Boost membership, you'll get double fuel points and free delivery. So shop and save big at Smith's today. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey guys, meet Salt Lake City's favorite men's health expert.
Hi, I'm Eric Ramos, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. I've been treating men suffering from low T and ED for over 5 years. Low T can impact your whole life, but so can proper treatment of it. And hearing that my patients are back to living life to the fullest, that's the best part of my job.
Contact Revive for a free T-check and exam today. Call 801-263-7777. That's 801-263-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Join us today during the Jeep Celebration event. It's your chance to celebrate your sense of adventure with great deals on a wide selection of legendary Jeep brand SUVs. And right now, current FCA lessees can purchase and get $6,500 total cash allowance on 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Overland when financed. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by April 1st, 2024. Jeep is a registered trademark.
I'm Jeff Caplan from KSL News Radio. Do you want to receive the latest news, traffic, and weather all in one place? All you have to do is subscribe to the KSL text line. Text the word news to 57500 and you'll get the latest news, traffic, and weather updates, sometimes before we get them on the air. I'll catch you on the radio weekday afternoons on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Thank you for joining us, Jeff Caplan and Heather Osmond from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. We've been talking about the parade of homes, second homes, and Osmond Designs, where there's lots going on this time of year. What exactly is going on?
Oh, Jeff, you know, there's never a dull moment at Osmond Designs. Every single year I keep thinking, oh, it has to slow down at some point, and it never does. Right now we're repainting walls. We are bringing in all of the latest and greatest trends that we found at Furniture Market, and even some of those that are even specifically made exclusively for our stores. So we're really excited about the upholstery that is landing, and we have sectional sofas, dining tables, bedroom sets, anything and everything that you would want for your home. And everything that we carry is just a little elevated to what you will find in the big box stores. And the other cool thing is we usually just have 1 or 2 of it. And so when it's gone, and we bring something else in. So 7 of your neighbors will not have the exact same thing as you will have. So that's what's fun and exciting at Osmond Designs this week.
We were talking about second homes earlier. Do you mind? You've been through the real estate game. You are a real estate agent, right?
I am a real estate agent, real estate investor, own furniture and interior design stores. That's actually how I became involved in the design business, is going into people's homes as a real estate agent and being horrified, Jeff. I went to Brigham Young University. I took some business classes, some advertising classes, Book of Mormon, of course, and some interior design classes because I thought those would be really fun while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I didn't know that that would actually become a passion of mine, that after, having my first child and becoming a real estate agent would be something where I absolutely was passionate about. And it was something that I wanted to make a career out of. We offer interior design services. And when we go into people's homes here in Utah, me and my dream team, it's absolutely incredible. I am a born and raised Utah girl, so proud to be here. And I just love to see the diversity. Some people have 8 kids, some people have no kids. We have single families, we have divorcees, we have married couples and cute grandmas and grandpas. I mean, everyone has different tastes and wants and needs. And so we really get to help hone in some of those needs and wants to make it somewhere that people love to live.
Well, you can hear the passion in your voice. You found something you love to do for a living, and that created success. How about for people who don't love real estate? I'm being serious. How about for people who don't love real estate? It's just a thing. It's land. Should they invest or stay away?
So, Jeff, 90% of millionaires made their money in real estate. So if you don't love real estate, I feel bad for you because I think you should actually get in. And I think you would begin to love real estate if you get the right experienced team to help you so that you can be an investor in real estate. My husband and I, back in the day, we made way more money and continue to make way more money in real estate than we've ever made in the furniture and interior design business. I'll tell you that. So it makes money while you sleep.
So how do you get started? And this is a serious question because at this moment, this is a really weird real estate market with higher interest rates. Home prices, well, they've slowed a bit, but they're still on the way up. There's a shortage of available units. It's got to be tricky to get into the game as a first timer because if you mess up, you're messed up.
100%. And, that cost of entry is growing every single day. So instead of waiting, I would say get in as quickly as you can because you can't save enough money fast enough to keep up with the price increases. So we were just talking in a previous episode that it's costs about $600,000 to get into your first time home. You can find homes a little less than that, but that's pretty much the median these days. And that really oftentimes takes 2 incomes to be able to afford that home, unless you can be creative about getting a basement apartment or living in the basement and renting the upstairs to help you create wealth. Once you purchase your first home, you usually have to put about 3% down. We've had loan officers on the show and they'll talk about lots of different creative programs, but just generally plan on about 3 to 5% for your down payment. And then, you have PMI and you have to pay extra money every single month because you're not 80% loan to value. So that private mortgage insurance is very important to get that taken off as quickly as possible. For an investment property, generally it's about 20% down payment.
All right, so you have to have some serious cash if you're going to buy an investment property.
You really do.
So first timer, what kind of property should you buy?
So I always love a single family home. Maybe that's just because that's what I know and what I did when 28 years ago, my husband and I purchased our first home in Orem for $103,000. It had an unfinished basement, and my husband finished that basement. He didn't know how to finish a basement, first of all, But with the help of friends and looking things up online, he figured it out. And we purchased used cabinets from apartments that were pulling out the cabinets. So that tells you how bad these cabinets were. We repainted them. We purchased used yellow gold appliances that were horrific. And then, we were just grateful. We purchased used carpet and had it cleaned. And then we put up sunflower wallpaper to tie in the yellow and the green and the gold. It was bad.
Come on, say it was quaint.
It was quaint, and we loved it, Jeff. I can't even tell you. Our ceilings were probably 7 foot tall. My husband was 6'3", so he bumped his head on the light fixture in the bedroom when he would wake up in the morning, and he would say some swear words, and we'd go about our day.
How old were you then, though?
So I was young. I was 19 years old. And my husband was 24 at the time, and we rented the entire upstairs for our mortgage payment. And that's how we started. So we did have to pay the utilities and the taxes, but roughly, $170, $200 a month, we lived there, and we saved, and we did what other people were not willing to do. We had friends that were living in gorgeous townhouse condos that were paying $1,000 a month for these. And we had other friends that were living in gorgeous condos that had swimming pools, and we were living in a dumpy basement with really, really small windows. But over time, we were able to buy our second, our third, our fourth, our fifth, up to 33 homes.
Okay, that's where I want to focus. You live in your home. You're paying off a mortgage. Can you get into the owning a second home? You said single homes are better than like purchasing rental units as a starter move.
For us, it was. I think it's an individual decision for every single person. Maybe you're in corporate America and you're getting a bonus, and maybe that is the amount that you need for your down payment on your second home. Or maybe after you've lived in your first home for quite a while, you can get a home equity line of credit, and you can use that as your down payment on your second home, and you can rent that out. There's opportunities for duplexes, for fourplexes. And sky's the limit. So see what you're comfortable with. It can be a lot of work. Our game was buy something that needed renovation. And I think that's what helped me develop some of my interior design talents. We were on a budget and we had to be creative. And usually that came with repainting and recarpeting and retiling. And oftentimes we actually built new products. We at one point had a duplex, and it sat on a large lot in the Orem area. And we went to the city. We had planned and done the research that we could build a duplex behind this older home on this large lot. And when we went to the city, they actually gave us the great news that we could build 4 townhouse condos, which if you were to buy a townhouse condo lot with 4 units on it, that was a substantial amount.
Wait, I thought all cities they have the job of saying no to developers. Isn't that the rule?
I know.
All the NIMBY people stand up at the zoning meeting and you're done.
Have you been to those, Jeff?
No, I really haven't, but I follow them on Facebook.
Okay, they're quite entertaining. I think part of it is even just talking to your city officials and seeing what the needs are of your city, and then going and finding what those needs are, because they will be very accommodating and be your cheerleader if it's something that the city wants. If it's something the city doesn't want, they're going to make your life horrible.
How do you pull off when you want to move? Instead of selling your house and buying a new one, start renting your house out. Become a landlord. And with what do you buy? Are there creative accounting methods to get this done if you don't have a ton of cash in the bank for the second home?
Yeah. So, Jeff, people do that all the time. They keep their existing home. They have a great mortgage payment and rate on that home, and they can use the income that they charge the renter as their income to help them qualify for the additional home that they're going to buy, the second home. However, you do have to be owner occupied. So that becomes a challenge.
So it's not so easy
It's
necessarily.
not as easy as, yeah. And it depends on the loan program, right? There's lots of creative loans, and finding out the specifics of what that is going to be very important. Your credit score is going to be huge. Protect your credit score. Make sure that you pay your bills on time. It's very, very important. While we're on that subject, Jeff, I want to give a shout out to Central Bank. They are our sponsor for this KSL Real Estate Show. They are proud partners and supporters of this Utah economy and community. They've been in business for over 130 years. Not only do they offer residential loans, they offer commercial loans, they offer construction loans, and they do have a youth savings program for kids called the Youth Smart Savings Program. So start saving early. Teach your kids to save because it will be something that they will use their entire life. Thank you for joining us on the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores, here with Jeff Caplan of KSL. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back.
Join us today during the Jeep Celebration event. It's your chance to celebrate your sense of adventure with great deals on a wide selection of legendary Jeep brand SUVs. And right now, current FCA lessees can purchase and get $6,500 total cash allowance on 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Overland when financed. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by April 1st, 2024. Jeep is a registered trademark.
You've worked hard for what you have. Your money, your assets, your 401k, and home. Isn't it all worth protecting? Nearly 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity theft. LifeLock Ultimate Plus helps protect your finances with up to $3 million in reimbursement. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you might miss. And if your identity is stolen, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Let LifeLock help protect what you've worked so hard for. Save 25% off your first year on LifeLock Ultimate Plus at LifeLock.com/aware. Terms apply.
It's the story of an American held in a dark Venezuelan prison.
Then all of a sudden they all kind of lined up. They pointed their guns at me. And this is the point where I thought, I'm going to die today.
I'm Becky Bruce. I spent a year working on Hope in Darkness, which now has more than 2 million downloads. Find it on kslpodcast.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
And we're back on the Real Estate Show. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan with Heather Osmond from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. Are you guys already getting ready for spring?
Oh, Jeff, absolutely. You should see the shipment of brand new pillows that just came into our store. Oh my gosh, I'm a little obsessed. All the spring florals, gorgeous colors. We have all of our Valentine's decor out. So, shop early. Come in. Osmond Designs is one size fits all, which is great. And everyone loves home decor.
Take off your designer hat and put on your real estate agent hat for a minute.
All right, deal.
What's going to be happening this spring? We're heading into spring buying season, real estate season, and I don't know what's supposed to happen. They say eventually the interest rates are going to come down, but nobody's really sure when. There's nothing on the market. There are very few units available. What's going to be going on here when everybody starts trying to do open houses and snap something up?
Well, springtime is always a great time to sell, Jeff, right? You ask anyone in any market, title companies, mortgage companies, real estate agents, they'll all say spring is the time that you will get your highest price and you will have your home on the market for the least amount of days. So we will see some of that. There will be more competition. So if you're a buyer, you may not have the negotiating power to get a better price on that home that you may have right now. So keep that in mind, even though you may be paying a little higher interest rate. If you're paying more for the home, then it's kind of a wash, right? And then when interest rates go down, you can always refinance. So kind of keep that in your mind. Jeff, do you own any investment properties?
No.
Have
Never
you ever
been
wanted
involved
to?
Yeah, casually, if I was going to be like smoking a big cigar with my feet up on a desk saying, yeah, I would love to have like that.
Okay,
but
all
I've never
right.
actively been involved in the real estate game unless I was going to live there.
Okay, well, after the show, Jeff, we're going to talk a little bit about real estate. And I hope just doing this real estate show that you get a little excited about possibly investing in this market because there is so much money to be made. And in any market, you can find a great deal.
I'm trying to think. My wife and I becoming landlords. Do I have to do all the work like they call? This is the standard thing. it's the middle of the night. They're going to call us up and ask us to change a light bulb, or there's a flood or something like that. Is that the way the life is like? Because I'm not down. I'm not down.
You're retired. You just do your radio show and you go home and rest.
Makes
and
me
have a great
happy.
life. I know, exactly. So, Jeff, I always have a motto: do what you do best and sub out the rest. So even on my commercial real estate properties, I hired a property management company, and that is what they do. They're experts at it. They handle all the CAM fees, all the late payments, all the taxes and insurance, all the things that sometimes are a headache, even changing the filters and any broken toilets and, all of that. They take care of it. Of course, they do that for a percentage, but peace of mind sometimes is worth doing that, not only in commercial real estate, but also in residential. There are companies that do this for you.
When you're just starting out, the math doesn't necessarily add up, and having a management company involved, does it?
So it can, depending on the price that you buy your home and the deal that you get, right? So you have to weigh that out. But sometimes having peace of mind is worth, the extra $100 per month that you're upside down on your house. And the equity that you will be gaining, you will absolutely be joyful in a year or 2 or 5 or 10 years from now. So you're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've had so much fun. Join us next week again, right here, right now. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
If you're looking for the most epic place on earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.